here, and I had a couple updates I wanted to talk to you guys about. Anyway, oh, good morning, Jimmy in Macau. Nice to see you again. Hey, Hong Kong. What time is it there? What time is it here? It's 8 here, so it'd be 9 o'clock in Hong Kong. Is it 9 or 10? I don't know if Hong Kong is 13 hours or 14 hours later. But anyway, um, I look at the video I did, I think yesterday or the day before, and good morning, Canada. Tiger Mom. Okay, she must be in Eastern Canada because it's still, I think it's too early for the, hey Beijing, hey Oscar, 9:30 p.m. Oh wait, but I don't know if Jimmy's in Hong Kong or in mainland China. Let's see. So not, yeah, mainland China is 13 hours later, but is Hong Kong 13 hours later, or is Hong Kong, yeah, Hong Kong has to be the same time as mainland China. It's so close, it's right there. And by the way, for the, hey Sky from Vancouver, Hazy, oh, I forgot to shave, shoot, oh well. I was going to. When you get to be in your 60s, sometimes you think, okay, I'm going to do this thing, and then somehow, like a half hour later, you realize that you did not do that thing that you planned on doing. Okay, Macau and Hong Kong at the same time. Okay, cool. By the way, I learned a lot from you guys. I did that, one of you guys taught me that intermediate fasting once. Is it intermediate? Same in Hong Kong and mainland. Okay, thank you. Well, basically, it was that you could eat for 8 hours during the day. And so when I was in China, I lost, I think, like 15 or 20 pounds. What is that, about 10 kilos maybe? But in really, well, first of all, the food is so good that I think I ate less because the food that I ate was so filling. Like when I eat food here in America, like I'm hungry again in like 20 minutes. So that's kind of, I don't know. We're working on it. Both Lynette and I actually have lost weight, a little bit of weight. We're trying to eat more healthy since we were in China. Hey, Taiwan. We're trying to eat more healthy, and we're eating less. And now, because we have 4 kids, so Lynette cooked for 6 people for 30 years. Well, she cooked for 2 people for the first 10 years, but because we got married when we just turned 20, and then we had our first kid when we were 30. So we were married 10 years without children, and then we had 4. And you've seen most of them. Our oldest daughter doesn't do videos with Jane. She doesn't do videos on screen. So, but all 3 of our other kids, you guys have seen. Our son, Danny McClellan, and actually that's his performance name because he used Lynette's mom's last name, her maiden name, as his stage name, Danny McClellan. And then you know Ari, and then you know May May. Are you at Jay's place? No, I'm at my house. This is where Lynette and I have lived ever since we moved to Kansas City. I think how long ago did we move here? 3 or 4 years?
Almost 4 years.
Almost 4 years. Actually, come August. So next month it'll be 4 years. Because remember we came in August.
Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, you guys know, or yeah, most of you guys know, May May. It looks a lot like Jay's. No, I don't see it. I mean, Jay's had this house in a lot of his earlier videos when they would come visit us before he moved to Kansas City. So maybe that's what you recognize it from. But our floor is different. The table's different. Everything looks different to me.
They have a nice, fresh, new apartment.
Yeah, they have a nice
house.
They have a nice, fresh, new apartment. Yeah. And then yesterday or a couple days ago, I did a video from the same couch, but I did it facing the fireplace, and the wind, it just didn't look good. And so I was gonna do a whole new setup this morning where I was gonna use the back of the camera because I rewatched that video and it didn't look very clear. Hey, Hong Kong. Hey, I'm gonna be visiting Hong Kong in October. I'm gonna be flying to, in September, I'm gonna be flying to, hey, Singapore. Man, I wish I could make it to Singapore one of these times. I love Singapore. I had a really good time there. It was about 20 years ago, maybe 25 even. Hello, Cheryl. Someone's talking. That's fine. You guys talk amongst yourselves. But so I was filming here, and I had everything backwards, and I watched it back, and it didn't look good. But what I'm seeing on the screen right now looks very clear and looks fine. So it might be an upload problem, or I don't know if the YouTube renders it. Cheryl says hello, hello. So I don't know. So I'm just going to try this, but I did reverse, and maybe it was too washed out because I was sitting on a different part of the couch, and I had the window straight on in the shot. I don't know. What happened to Maymay? Okay, we were so Maymay's the youngest one. Okay, she's sick today, so I'm going to give you kind of some behind the scenes things. She was going to come over. We're going to film tonight over at Jay and Ari's, and Maymay was going to be there, and Josh, but Maymay is sick. Her and her baby. She has a newborn baby, and they're like my oldest sister. They're not on video, and they don't want to do the baby on video. I think till he's old enough to consent. I don't know. But we respect everyone's privacy and everyone's right to do whatever they feel good about. So Maymay's going to. So she was going to be there tonight, but she won't be. But Josh might be there. And actually, last time we got together at Jay's place, Josh was sick, so he wasn't there, but Maymay was there. So now maybe Josh will come. So, and Ross will be there tonight. So yeah, and it's. Lynette said you said she's pretty sick, right?
She has a cold.
Oh, just a cold.
Yeah, they don't want to spread it to the other babies.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She's not deathly sick, just a cold.
Not deathly sick, just a cold. Okay, I kind of have it angled. I don't even know if people can tell. But that it's kind of at an angle. You guys are so kind and forgiving. I'm still learning. So anyway, to finish my story. So what I was going to do, because I thought maybe it's the camera in the front that it wasn't clear, but it looks clear to me now. So I was going to use the back camera, which is better. I don't need to move. Okay, cool. Thank you. So I was going to use the back side, but then I wouldn't be able to because it has a better camera in the back of this is an iPhone, I think, 13. I don't know. Can't remember. But, and then I was going to go onto my computer so I could read the comments because I wouldn't be able to see the screen, of course. So I was going to do that, but this turned out that it looked nice, so I didn't think I'd do that. Am I nervous for coming to China alone? Okay, I'm glad you asked that because one of the things that I was going to talk about today was your comments have asked me because you found out, because Lynette's not able to go, she's going to be staying home and she's going to actually be traveling with Maymay to Tennessee for some weddings and stuff, and she might have some friends coming down. Do you know any? You probably don't know for sure yet.
No one's coming here.
No one's coming? Okay, so she'll be all alone. She won't be. She has a lot of grandchildren. Who is from China in here now? Oh, okay. You guys are talking amongst yourselves again. Okay. So, good question. Am I nervous about going to China alone? I wasn't when I booked the flight. So I was so excited. We came back from China about 2.5 months ago, and we were there with Jay and Ari, and Jay was a great host. I mean, everything was taken care of. It was fantastic. But to be honest, I'm used to traveling around the world alone because that's what I did for a living when I was, when I was a musician. I did about 32 tours overseas. And then when I was a record executive for a major label, division of a major record label, I would go around the world and talk to all my distributors in all the countries. So I probably did another, I don't know, 25, 30 trips. So anyway, I've been to about 32 countries in the world. So besides Hong Kong, I'll be visiting so far because I might add some cities. It's really based on, we'll see what happens. But so Shanghai, Hangzhou, Hainan, and that's all that is confirmed right now. Yeah. Okay. And then of course Hong Kong. So, but I might add other places. It's all depend. I'm going to be traveling alone. So, am I nervous? When I booked so anyway, I came back and I said, man, I got to go back to China. And when I was there, I mean, it was wonderful. It was like being on tour. We were busy every day, and we were going, and we walked so much. Lynette and I would lay down and go, they're killing us. But they really weren't killing us. We were just not used to walking that much. But I wanted to have some free time because I wanted to go around. What time in the U.S.? It's 8 in the morning around, maybe 8:10 in the morning or
That's
something.
why I'm not smiling. I'm not a morning person. I don't like getting up in the morning. I'm a night person. So I have a hard time waking up.
But I'm a morning person. But you look awake, honey. Okay, going back to my story. So I was excited to come back, and they had a great deal to go to Shanghai, to fly into Shanghai. So I went ahead and I thought, well, I'll tell you, I want. So when I was there, I always wished I had a little bit of time to kind of go exploring on my own because it's just different when you're with a group of people. And I like seeing the, kind of an, I don't know, I love exploring. So I booked, and plus I wanted to stay healthy. Plus I loved filming. I loved making videos in China. So I thought, well, let's go do this. And Lynette was going to be gone for part of when I'm going to be gone. So I thought, well, instead of staying home alone, I'll go visit China. So I booked the flight, and then 2 or 3 weeks later, I go, wait a minute, I'm gonna be traveling all alone. So I did just for a little bit get nervous, but it's something that I've done my whole life. But I also realized that in my mind, I'm still like, 20 years old, or in my 20s or 30s or even 40s. Lynette's shaking your head because she doesn't think I'm still in my 20s or 30s. So for me, it's like, hey, it's no big deal. Something I've done all my life is travel around the world on my own.
He's gonna lose his passport. I just know it.
So, okay, I've got some tricks so that I don't lose my passport because I don't. So that's my biggest fear is that I'll lose things. So I've got things. I'm working on it. Some plans to make sure that I won't lose things. I think I'm gonna have a little string between my phone and my. I think I'm going to bring a fanny pack. I don't even know if you guys know what those are. Have you watched the Olympic game? That's why we had an Olympic party at our house for the opening ceremony on Friday. I guess that's 4 days ago. And so and it's something that we did all of our lives during the opening ceremony. We'd have, our family would get together and we'd watch all the countries and we'd talk about it. And I'd say, oh, well, I've been there. And just, it was great. And you see all the athletes and they're all excited and they tell a little story about who's carrying the flag. But this was horrible. This was the first opening ceremony that we watched, and I don't know, halfway through, or I don't know how long I watched it for. It was just, we kind of just felt sick. We felt bad. We weren't happy. We were sad. So we wound up turning it off. So we had a party for the Olympic opening ceremony, and we couldn't even watch it. So,
We haven't watched any of the games, I guess. I watched a few highlights of some of the actual games, but I haven't sat down and watched. I probably need to do that before the end. I like gymnastics and swimming. The synchronized swimming was pretty cool. I saw clips of that. So I need to do that before they're gone.
yeah, I mean, we always We always loved it, but yeah, actually, we wound up turning off the opening ceremony, and then we went back and watched like some old, like we watched the 2022 opening ceremony from China, the Winter Olympics. That was amazing. And then I think we watched there was one in China in 2008, and we watched that. We watched a couple others, but
It was fun because we went to the Olympic field when we were in China.
oh yeah,
That was fun to stand there and remember the opening ceremony from China. They did a good job.
yeah. What was that called? The Bird's Nest or something like that?
Yeah, the bird's nest was there. They told the story of why they called it the bird's nest. It was interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, it is cool. Once you've been somewhere and then you see it on TV, you kind of feel more of a connection with it. So it was cool to be at the Olympic Stadium on our last trip to China. And then I think that I finished the story. I did finish the story about, am I nervous? No. But I will want to say, so not really, kind of, not really.
The rest of us are nervous.
Yeah, my whole family is nervous. But I'm not, because what could happen? Nothing. But what bad could happen? Nothing. So except for I lose something, but then it just will take a while. I have to go get, hey, I lost my passport or whatever. That's the worst thing I can think that could happen.
Maybe one of you could follow him around for me secretly, and just spy and let me know one or two of you. It might take 2 or 3 of you. Let us know he's okay once in a while.
I think I'm gonna be fine. And I know as long as my my pay app, my Alipay or WeChat Pay, WePay, as long as I can pay for stuff, and this time I'm gonna try to see if I can learn how to use DD, which is kind of a system for like a Uber or Lyft. It's a personalized getting around thing. So I'm excited. So no, I'm not really nervous. But the other thing is, I realized, I said, I've seen a bunch of, and I watch a lot of travel videos. Hey, welcome Skyline. It's their first time in the live chat. Thank you for coming. It's the first time, or actually, so I watch a lot of travel videos, and I've seen some families with young kids, and there's a lot of couples and some single guys and some single gals that travel around China. And I've actually learned a lot from watching those about, like, for example, now they have, I learned that there's an English app for DD. So I learned, that's a lot. But anyway, I haven't seen an old guy like me, a guy in his 60s traveling around China on his own. And I'm from Middle America, so I'm hoping that will be interesting. And if you guys have seen some of my other videos, I like kind of hanging out and seeing how the people live and hanging out with the people. So I'm hoping I can film some more of that. Okay. So the updates. Okay. So tomorrow we're gonna leave for Branson, Missouri, and if you want to look it up, Branson, Missouri, it's a kind of a big. I think it's a big tourist place. But anyway, if you guys have heard the song, the band is called Flowers with Ari Tong, and the song is Wo Ba Ba, WOBABA, 2 words, and one of the producers for that lives in Branson, which is only about 3.5 hours from us. So we're gonna go, and he has a brand new baby. We're gonna go meet him and his family. His name's Chris O'Mardian, and he's one of those guys that when I'm with him, and if we get on a roll, we laugh till our stomachs hurt. He's that kind of friend. And we spent a lot of time together before he got married when I was in Nashville. I probably saw him 5 days a week. But so anyway, it'll be nice. My dad, Jay and Ari haven't met them, and he loves Ari's voice. He did a great job mixing and helping produce that, and really producing it, being a co-producer. Or really, I mean, his mix was such a big production. It was he and Marty. Some of you guys know Marty, my best BFF. He's in Nashville, so between Branson and Kansas City and Nashville, we produced Whoa Ba Ba. But anyway, we're gonna go down there, and they have the largest Atmos studio in America. So we'll get a tour of the studio and meet his family and everything. So that'll be fun. So that's tomorrow. That's when tomorrow. And then tonight we'll see Ross and Jane Ari, and hopefully Josh will come. But that's the update, and I don't, obviously it takes them a couple days to edit the videos and everything. So they don't like it when I give out the timeline of things, but because you guys are a smaller audience than their audience, and you guys are going to watch their videos even if you know what's coming up or isn't coming up, so it doesn't matter. This is the inside scoop amongst us friends, and Jay said you'll have people that find you that have the same interest in you, and so you guys are interested in Jay and Ari, and so are we. So that's why I feel okay to tell you the inside scoop, and they haven't mentioned to me not to mention things other than specific locations and stuff, but I guess I don't know. So like we don't give you their home address and that kind of thing, which is I would think normal. But you can come visit. Should we give them our home address? No, I'm just kidding. We're not too hard to find though. So anyway, that's the updates for today. I thank you guys for joining us, and for those of you that are in China, I hope I'll be seeing you in about 5 weeks, and I'll try to keep updating each day because now things are getting a little bit crazy. Is there a Chinese grocery store in your area? Yeah, there's 2 huge Chinese grocery stores south of Kansas City. There's an area called Overland Park and Shawnee and Mission. There's a few. So south of downtown Kansas City is actually in Kansas, but anyway, it's called. There's 2 huge Chinese grocery stores, and so that's where most of the Chinese immigrants that came to America in the last 30, 40 years. They live there, and so, and that's where our church is. We go to a Chinese church. It's in that area. And then to edit your videos, I use, what's the name of it? Someone asked what do I use to edit my videos, and I'll tell you. But I edit my videos on a PC, and Jane Ari edit all their videos on a phone. So you probably would want to. It would probably be better for you to know what Jane Ari use. And theirs might be theirs might be a Chinese program. I'm not sure, but the program that I use. Let's see. It's called Movavi. Movavi. But anyway, so I've been using that for about 3 years. And the reason I use it is because as a musician, I always use Pro Tools to edit my music. Do we use Pro Tools? No, I don't think I don't use it anymore, but they're all kind of similar. And anyway, the Movavi video editor it was easy for me to use because it looked like Pro Tools. So the way everything was laid out. So, but I don't think that's necessarily the best one. That's just the one that. And so what I did do though is I tried out.
Sorry
I I tried out 4 or 5 different ones because you can usually get a free 1 week trial. So um, I I tried out several, and this was the most fastest for me to learn, and it had, and you see my edits; they're all pretty basic. Um, but anyway, that's what I use. Hey, it's time to go now. Our morning routine is Lynette is going to, she talks to her friends and
I talked to my sister and friends.
her sisters,
Wake up, yeah.
and while she's waking up, make some coffee, and I'm gonna head out to the gym. I'm trying to stay in shape, and bye bye. Bye bye. Hey, so I love you guys, and hopefully I'll catch you soon with some more updates. But have a great day, and love you. Bye bye.